Late one October, Jonah went to market with a shopping list from Janie and a jingle in his pocket. Stepped up on the road just with the rising of the sun, swearing he would be home before the day was done. He bought a fine copper pot, just as Jane had written down, a pair of wooden mug trees and some black cloth for a gown. Knives and forks and spoons all carved out of pine, and a small sharp pocket knife and a ball of twine. Definitely mid-Lyle, that isn't it? He stayed a little longer than first had been his plan. By the time he made a step for home, the sun was nearly down. He bravely set off up the road with his shopping in his arms, but out of the corner of his eyes, he saw two bold ruffians. He quickened up his pace to a fast, fast walk, but he heard their steps behind him and could sense their muttered talk. He broke into a trot and then he found that he was running, but the footsteps behind him, they just kept on coming. He ran and he ran, but the chase still was on. He found that he was losing pace and soon his days were done. He stuck desperation as he tried too hard to flee. He leapt off the road and hid in a grove of trees. Come out, we know that you're there. Come out, and your life perhaps we'll spare. Or else we're coming up to you and then we'll cut you down. The choice is yours, my friend. We'll start the countdown. Jonah, hiding in the woods, was overcome with fear. Then he had a moment, the start of an idea. Quietly as he could, he put his shopping in a line, drew out his pocket knife and his ball of twine. He tied the mug trees to the bottom of the cooking pot. He wrapped the cloth around him and secured it with a knot. With a pot on his head and the cutlery in his hands, he knelt on the ground, took a breath and found his resolve, and then he jumped up and he wailed and he screamed and he flailed. He whirled and twirled and he crashed and he thrashed. He clattered and he battered and he shouted and he hollered. My, how they ran, how they screamed as they ran. My, how they fled, how they whimpered as they fled. They ran up the road off into the night, and soon they disappeared out of sight. Jonah kept on hollering till he was sure they'd gone. Then he packed his stuff away and traced his good way home. Jonah made it back that night where Jane had waited up. He told her the whole story, but she swore he'd made it up. Early next year they overheard two travellers talking. No one goes along that road, it's now not safe for walking. We hear there's a devil in the woods by the way. He's taken a man already, or so they say. Jonah winked at Janie and smiled.